bringing the time to 13 minutes past 6 o'clock. Well, we've been asking you to share your memories of Seamus Heaney and your famous Seamus Heaney poem. Lots of tweeting and emails going on. Shannon O'Hara just sent us an email saying we discovered him late with Beowulf, a poet, a scholar, and then there's The Voice, an extraordinary figure, much missed. And we did have his own voice on the programme earlier, and a tribute from the poet Paul Muldoon in America. Our resident trio are back. Derek Paravicini, Ben Hilder and Hannah Davey. They're en route to the festival at the Abbey in Dorchester in Oxfordshire. And if you need a lift, two of them now have got black coffee. Ben's not having any.
Feeling mighty lonesome, haven't slept a wink. I walk the floor and watch the door, and in between I drink black coffee. Love's a hand-me-down brew. I never know a Sunday in this weekday room. I'm talking to the shadows, 1 o'clock till 4, and Lord, how slow the moments go when all I do is pour black coffee. Since the blues caught my eye, I'm hanging out on Monday, my Sunday dreams to dry. Well, a man is born to go a-loving, a woman's born to weep and fret, to stay at home and tend her oven, and drown her past regrets in coffee and cigarettes. I'm moaning all the morning, I'm mourning all the night, and in between it's nicotine and not much hard to fight. Black coffee, feeling low as the ground, is driving me crazy, just waiting for my baby to maybe come around.
Hey, I feel I'm in the elegant world of the nightclub already. Thank you very much indeed. Hannah Davey with Derek Paravicini and Black Coffee. Great bit of a change, Hannah, for you from Mozart and Bach and the like. She's making her way gently back to the table.
Hello.
Is it a very different technique, having that sort of a smoky, sultry attitude to music?
Yes, very much so. I think the main difference is the projection. You don't need to project in the same way for singing jazz, so you're able to use the chest resonance in a kind of wider way. It feels kind of wider, and the range is slightly smaller. Maybe you don't need to go up.
Yeah, and it's wonderful. And John Lubbock was actually enjoying that. As he said earlier, he's not a great jazz aficionado.
Great
jazz
jazz, but not the violin until I heard Ben.
Not the violin. Sorry,
but actually,
Ben.
I didn't know about Hannah because we've done hundreds of concerts together. We just recorded the Mozart Requiem.
You didn't think she had this other side.
Well, we were doing a concert with Derek for autistic children, and he was doing his thing, and suddenly I hear this groovy, cool scat going on in the background. And this other creature appears.
Yes, well, there we are. Sort of it's great to have this sort of the different sides of the voice. And Ben, with you as well, of course, when you studied at the Birmingham Conservatoire, so presumably you did classical violin.
Yeah.
When did you discover
mainly what I did.
The louche world of letting rip?
You know what? Classical was never really something I excelled at. You know, my technique is pretty poor, I would say, in the classical world. And I would always kind of mess around with the pieces that I was meant to practice. I never liked practicing anyway. So jazz was just like something I enjoyed so much. You know, it kind of evolved from the classical into the jazz because I just like messing around with the tunes. And I think that's similar to what...
It's great watching it. It was so cool, I have to say. Just absolutely incredible. Stefan Grappelli, eat your heart out.
Yeah,
well, you all met when you were doing Music for Autism, which the Orchestra of St John's does a lot. You go into schools, hundreds of schools a year.
With Hannah. And then suddenly one day I hear this groovy stuff going on in the background.
But it is wonderful because it reaches, music reaches children where other things do not.
Absolutely.
It is extraordinary.
Yeah,
well, Derek is with us as well. He's blind, is a savant, and he's played for us before. And we do want you to send in a request for Derek because you will not be stumped. I don't care what you do. He will be able to do it. I defy anybody to do that.
Hi, Sean.
It's lovely to have you with us, Derek. I'll just say you can tweet us at BBC in Tune, or you email in.tune@bbc.co.uk. Have you any idea, Derek, how many pieces you can play, or is it just
I do
thousands?
have some idea how many pieces I can play.
Thousands?
1,000? Do you think 1,000? What do you think,
We
Adam?
asked you, Derek, on the way, how many pieces, and you said 11.
So you can't remember how many, can you, Adam?
We thought maybe 500,000. We don't know.
500,000.
That's not bad. Adam Oxelford is here as well, who's been involved, I mean, with Derek really since his early days, haven't you?
Yes, Derek and I have been working since you were 5.
Been working since I was 5.
Derek's 34 now.
Well,
34.
They're 30 glorious years of making music.
Yeah. Derek doesn't look much older. Well, he's obviously older than 5, but we've all aged around you, Derek, I think it's true.
Yes.
Yes, Tori, you stand eternally youthful, Derek. When did you always like jazz? Yeah?
Always like jazz.
Yeah, I think your first big concert was in the Barbican with the Philharmonic Pops.
Philharmonic Pops.
And you really got the jazz bug then, playing
Love.
This is getting very late night. Love is a light to be in the air at any sort of time. But have you all played? How long have you been playing together, Hannah?
How long have you been playing
It's been
together?
about 6 months, perhaps. So we're still kind of learning each other's ways, but it's just been the best 6 months.
Yeah, we've had some good
The first time I put you together, do you remember? At Roehampton University.
Yeah.
I've never seen Derek so happy and playing so well. They'd been together for 10 years. It was amazing.
Well, we've been meeting up secretly.
Yes.
Well, Roehampton is where Adam reigns as the professor of music. So do you, all sorts of music is allowed to hold sway?
Yeah, we do a lot of studying how music affects the mind, really. But do a lot of work with John and autistic children, and it's fantastic how it's like this window on the musical brain. So Derek is the most wonderful subject for psychological experiment because you don't mind doing the same thing over and over again.
I don't know.
It's Derek, you're fascinating not only because of your music making, but what you tell us about how we all enjoy music, how we all understand music.
Yeah.
How we understand music.
It's hard to know, isn't it? Because, as I say, it's like, when Seamus Heaney, bless him, now departed, was talking about his art earlier and how poetry can touch the inner person. We've no idea how you do it. And once you start to analyse it, it gets more difficult. Yeah. It's the same with music, isn't it?
Absolutely. And working with Derek's fantastic because the normal modes of communication, which musicians fall back on so much, we talk about music all the time. And with Derek, that... it doesn't work in the same way.
Don't need it.
So we don't need it. We just play. And then we talk through the music, really.
I think that proves that music is like its own language, really.
Yeah.
It just something happens.
Absolutely. Well, we're getting lots of requests in, Derek, so we'll sift through them and see funky. Was there some funky Stevie Wonder? Okay, we'll see about that. Jurassic Park theme, John Williams, I don't know. Well, we'll see. They're still coming in. Because you're going to do something together first, aren't you?
Something together first, yes.
Yeah, Charlie, let you make your way back. And I think Ben is...
Could do Sweet Georgia Brown.
I think Sweet Georgia Brown will do nicely. And Sweet Georgia Brown is Miss Hannah Davey, with a little bit of assistance from Ben, who's taking up his fiddle. No Hannah in this one.
Nope.
Oh,
I get to enjoy.
Well, you can sing along gently if you want to. I promise I won't. Okay, it's over to you then, Ben. Yeah. Miss Georgia Brown is in your hands, yours and Derek's. Way, that fantastic radio debut. Remember this moment, please. That was really wondrous. Thank you. Ben Holder and Derek Paravicini, Sweet Georgia Brown. And Sweet Georgia Brown is also Hannah Davy, who's sitting that one out. She's got the voice for it, but she just didn't sing it. And they're all heading off to Music in the Abbey Festival at Dorchester Abbey in Oxfordshire, 4th to the 8th, with John Lovett's Orchestra St John's. So the jazz quartet, I think, is on the 4th of September, isn't it? With Ollie Howell adding on. And you've got the orchestra and you've got Stephen Islis as well.
Stephen Islis coming on the Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Tchaikovsky, Haydn.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah,
so
we'll have a nice weekend.
So big letters not to be missed.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you very much. And it is in Oxfordshire. I think once
It is.
somebody went.
Somebody did go to
went
Dorset.
Dorset.
Yes.
So don't trail down to Dorset. It would be a very bad idea. Listen, we'd be lovely to get a long call from Derek if that was all right. People are all sorts of suggestions. Wagner's very much in the Julian Caithness said, "What about the Liebestod from Wagner's Tristan and Isolde?" It might take too long.
I think a little.
There's a list transcription, of course, but still, I think that might be a bit long, mightn't it?
No.
Yeah, John says okay. So what? Okay, either Funky Stevie Wonder or Jurassic Park theme song from
Stevie
John
Wonder,
Williams.
Derek?
So do you Funky Stevie Wonder?
Stevie Wonder.
Funky Stevie Wonder, I liked it. Okay,
What do you reckon? You're the sunshine of my life.
You're the sunshine of my life.
that will do nicely. We could do with that. A couple of minutes, that perfect. Pretty perfect. Thank you very much indeed, Derek. You're a genius. Derek Paravicini, and the suggestion of Jonathan Salt. Hope it met with your approval, Jonathan. It certainly should have. They're 4th September at the Music in the Abbey Festival, Dorchester in Oxfordshire. 'Tis the 4th, isn't it? Next Wednesday? Yeah. Thank you all very much indeed. It all runs from the 4th to the 8th. Wonderful to have you with us.